StreamYard's cool. It's just really slow tonight. I couldn't believe I couldn't see hardly anything.
So I picked a good night then.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's between YouTube and StreamYard. I think they're fighting. I don't know. It's kind of funny to me, but annoying at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we are live. Hopefully get some people in here. Sharing on my Facebook page.
I see Matt's up in here. Matt the Sports Beer.
Nice.
I'm super sorry if my cat is annoying for anybody. He's losing his stupid mind. I don't know what his problem is. My freaking wife just took the cat or the dog out. So
not happy.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Not happy.
No, everybody left him alone. I'm all alone. Kidding.
I'm all alone, you son of a bitch. Get back here.
Too funny, man. Too funny. So what's up with you, man? How's things been going?
Things are going great. I'm on a 3-day weekend this weekend. I'm taking a bad boy day tomorrow and just calling in just so I can get a head start on the weekend.
Well, there's a reason why they give you those bad boy days, you know?
Oh yeah.
You got to use them.
Yeah, we got PTO and we have attendance percentage. So if we run out of PTO, we got at least 2% of we're not allowed to fall below 98%.
Right.
But that's like 4 days worth of I don't want to fucking be here, so it works. It works.
So what's happening is like the thing I was talking about with StreamYard is it's not showing any comments. So you have to go to YouTube to see. But Joe, okay. What's up, man? Nice to see you in here. Chad Strazo, what's up, man? You just watch too much YouTube. Yeah. No,
yeah, I see him now.
Yeah.
Now that you've told me that.
Yeah, now they're coming in. But I always go over to YouTube. I have that open, and I'll have the StreamYard open at the same time.
All right. Yeah, I got that now. Cool.
Yeah, my wife was super excited tonight with that release. That was pretty cool. She like even made a post on Instagram, like our first live together. Like she was super funny about it. Yeah, she was excited. So I was happy that she was excited.
Hell yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start recording. My setup, I'll explain it here in a minute when I'm recording because I like putting a little spice on my episodes by explaining the background stuff. So go ahead and I'm going to hit record now. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Podcastrophe, episode 139. This is the show where we talk about whatever the hell we want, and it just goes wherever it goes. A little bit of information. Yes, we are still on a break. I needed to do this episode. I needed to do it because next week, or I guess this week, if you're listening, is the Journey into Comics Network 3-year anniversary. We've been doing this for 3 years. We've got this amazing network with a ton of shows on it. We got a beer show. We got a current events show. We have my show. We got a nerd culture show, which is the mother show. We got all kinds of shows. We got like 8 or 9 shows. So check them out. Check out the Journey into Comics Network and all of its awesome shows. But this is Podcastrophe. I am your host, Dick. And with me today, I have a lovely bearded gentleman by the name of Dave.
Is that what you call it? Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. I've been looking forward to this. And you know, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend, and I had this in mind before all of that happened. So that just adds some flavor to this. So good. I'm excited to discuss this because I just came into it. Monday morning, you posted that video like, what just happened? And I'm like,
right.
I mean, and then you started talking about bidets.
Yeah. Yeah. So fun stuff was happening for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. So a little background. Tell us who you are. What's your mother's maiden name? Where were you born? And what are the last 4 of your social?
So I'm 41 years old. I know I don't look 41. I actually look like I'm in my mid-20s, but that's cool.
Yeah, I get it.
I have like my interests are big time like YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I talk about beards, pretty much anything men's grooming because I'm a barber too.
Yes.
And then also yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I do YouTube. I'm a barber, and I do YouTube videos. Sometimes controversial, sometimes not too controversial. Depends on what I want to do that day.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing what I do, and life has actually gotten a lot better lately. So
that's good. That's
it's still
good to
tough
hear.
with not being able to cut hair, but
yeah.
As far
is
as
that because of COVID or
because of COVID,
Okay.
people are just afraid, man. They just don't want to. They don't want to go out.
So are you closed down or just people not coming?
So the barbershop that I was at wasn't following any rules or anything, right? Really? So I was like, I can't do this. I have to leave. So I left, and I started cutting a little bit out of my house, and I still do a little bit, not a lot, not as much as I used to. But man, that cat is losing his mind. I'm so sorry, dude.
Oh, it's all right. All right.
But I go to the house here, and now I have like a little barbershop. So like this side is like my whole like YouTube side area, you know what I mean? And then that side is the side where I do like my haircuts, and it's a barbershop. It's literally a barbershop with a compressor, a mirror, hair products, all that stuff over there. So yeah, I have a towel warmer, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoy doing barbering, but it hasn't been a very consistent thing lately because people are just afraid to go out for some reason.
Yeah, but I can imagine. And you're in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
You're in COVID Central.
I am in COVID. Well, you know what? COVID Central is technically Miami, which is below us, right?
Okay.
So I don't go to Miami anyways because I'm an older guy. I don't really. People in Miami are kind of like those people that are like, get out of my way. That's so fast. Like they're so crazy and just
because they're coked out.
Right. All the time, right? Or whatever they're out.
I don't know. I've never been there. I've only been to Orlando. So
well, I mean, and I've had people that have like showed up. I was an automotive repairer for like 22 years.
Okay.
I was a manager in the industry. And I had people when I first came to Orlando coming from Miami, like, I'm from Miami, man. I'm trying to get back home. Can we just put a plug in the tire? And I'm like, whoa, this guy. like, I don't know, guy. You see my full shop right now? I can get to you. Oh, I got to get it done right now. And he drives away with a flat tire. I'm like, this guy wasn't kidding. He needed it done right now.
Yeah. I'd be like, you got some money?
Right, exactly. You know, they're crazy. I'm like, I can get you a tow truck, bro.
It's like Disneyland. We got a fast pass.
Yeah, exactly.
it's called money.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You got more money than the guy that's on the lift there. I got you.
There you go. Yeah, I've just been to Orlando. My mom's got a condo in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to getting down there at some point. It's gonna happen. But
yeah. Jacksonville's cool, man. It's like a 2.5 hour drive, I think, from here.
Okay.
Maybe a little longer. But
yeah. So this year at my job, I finally earned enough seniority to get a full week vacation, paid vacation. And so I scheduled it for the weekend or for the week of April 20th. And what happens? All the beaches close and everything closes. And I'm like, awesome. I guess we're not going on vacation. What happens literally the Friday before we were supposed to go? Everything opens back up. And I'm like, we already decided not to go. So yeah.
Joe loves your shirt, by the way. He says,
I see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Kyle, is it Joe or Kyle and Joe?
Well, it's Joe. I'm pretty sure it's Joe.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of my oldest shirts at this point. It's got holes all over it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that I have I like going to the gym, right? So I've found a newfound interest in so I've never been jacked. Like I've never been like super, you know what I mean? Like really
I don't know, dude. You posted that picture the other day on Instagram where your traps are just like gushing
I mean,
out.
They're getting again. I've always had big traps, but my thing is I want them to explode. Like I want to get I want to get bodybuilder big. That's what my goal is. So
okay.
I know I'm 41 and people are like, Dave, why are you trying? I'm like, because I can, because I'm 41.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you do it safely, you can do it.
And I wear a belt and I have my arm wraps and I'm using my knee wraps and I'm using, you know what I mean? Like I'm using all the stuff that I need to because I used to be an airborne Army guy. So I jumped out of airplanes and I ruined like pretty much my hips, my knees, everything, right?
In the Army?
In the Army when I was jumping out of planes.
That's what my grandpa did.
Yeah, it's super intense, man. The first jump I ever did, I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna pee my pants and like do other things that are disgusting in there. And yeah, luckily I didn't. So
did you serve in any conflict or no?
I did not have to go overseas. I actually
Okay.
trained all the soldiers that went overseas. That was my duty. Yeah.
That's eventually what my grandpa did. He became an NCO.
Well, and what I did was we trained them like weaponry, land nav. We would everything they would need to know to survive if anything happened. So
okay.
And man,
really cool.
we cycled through thousands of soldiers, man. There were so many kids. It just, I couldn't believe how many kids went through there.
Especially these last 20 years. Like,
yeah.
It's been crazy ever since 9/11.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
that's really why a lot of people wanted to go. And a lot of these kids that are joining, like, I want to go kill me some blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they want to do. They want to go over there and they want to kick some ass. And I'm like, dude, like, you need to chill out. Like, don't go over there with that mentality. Like, I get what you want to do.
I get it too. I was in fifth grade. And I just wanted to get over there, man.
Exactly. Yeah. I get it. Like, everybody was pissed off. But you got to just kind of calm down, take a deep breath, because if you're going to be that guy that's all like, you know what? Like Braveheart, you know what I'm saying? You're
ain't going to go nowhere.
Yeah, you're going to end up the first one that gets pinged in the head, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So keep your head down is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Again, like I identify with the whole Army thing and paratrooper or paratrooper. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's completely. I got a grenade. I got a military. I got there's like.
That's a dope sleeve.
A fallen soldier. Underneath, I mean, I got paratroopers jumping out of the airplane under my arm. So yeah, a couple planes with troopers falling out. But I did that because the military means that much to me. You know what I mean? I'm like a huge patriotic guy, and there's like the three things in my life that I love, and it's family, God, and my America, patriot. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah,
those are my.
I totally identify that. My grandpa, he was in the Army. They forced him to retire at the age of 40, or not the age of 40, but after 40 years.
They let him stay that long?
Yeah.
That's crazy awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 40. It was either 35 or 40. It was one of the two.
Because they do right now, if you go over 22, they usually try to get you out. But I know what would happen is they come home they go overseas, so they couldn't kick them out, right?
Yeah.
So they go overseas, and then when they come home, the first thing they would do, try to get bumped in front and try to go overseas again. Because as long as you're overseas, you can't not be in. You know what I mean? You stay in whatever your tour is going to be.
I mean, he did Desert Storm. He did Panama. I think was Kosovo one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, Kosovo. That's
okay. So yeah, he did Panama. I know Panama for sure in Desert Storm. And then he became an NCO and just trained drill instructors.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here, guys. Yeah, some of you guys are crazy. So, no, man. I mean, my uncle was in Desert Storm. My father was in the Navy. My grandfather was a Marine.
Hitting them all, damn.
Like a lot of family was in the service, and it was probably the best thing I ever. Well, actually, it was the best thing I ever did. But
it's really cool.
I'm pretty sure if I didn't join the military, I would have died because I was. When they say party like a rock star, bro, that was my amusement park of a body I was doing. That was crazy. But no, now we're good, man. Now I'm doing this workout thing, and I'm trying to get on that train and just trying to keep it going, you know. So yeah.
Well, it's funny that your name is Bearded Motivation on YouTube,
right?
And so I've always found it, or I've recently come across a thing about the word motivation. And it's are you familiar with Derek Wida?
No, I've never heard of him.
He was in the Army, and he went over to Iraq, got medically discharged for got hit in the leg. They refused it. They actually didn't want to amputate. It took like 2 years of him saying, "Hey, take it, get rid of it."
Right.
So he finally amputated. And now he's like this huge CrossFit dude, and he's all over. He's on Instagram. It's really cool. Hilarious guy. Yeah. When I came across him, he had a badass beard too, but now he doesn't. Now he has face tattoos, and I think it's stupid. But whatever. He's still hilarious, and he's got a podcast called Savage Saturdays on the Drinking Bros podcast. Well, like a month or so ago, he had an episode where he was talking about motivation, and he came across the definition of motivation. And I think he said a lot of people get confused about the word motivation. They confuse it with drive and inspiration. Like, oh, I'd go to the gym today, but I have no motivation. It's like, no, you have no drive. You have no discipline. But he said the definition of motivation, I guess, is it's not the drive to do something. It's what you want to be. It's your end goal.
So yeah,
that's really cool.
I always say, like, people are like, you'll see people be like, you don't need motivation, you need discipline. I'm like, no, that's not true. Because here's what I think.
You do need motivation.
So here's my thing, right? And here's what I tell everybody. I'm like, all right, so look, you can say that discipline overrides motivation all you want, but I'm telling you this right now. The only reason that you're damn motivated or disciplined to do whatever you're doing is because you're motivated for that end goal, right?
Yeah, you have a goal.
You have to have a motive to do what you're disciplined in, right? So there's you could say all damn day that you're not motivational or whatever, but everything you do in life has motivation in it. So it's like, even if it's positive or it's negative, there's a motive. There's a reason why you're doing it. So yeah. So I mean, and people are like, ha ha ha, because some of my videos are controversial, right? Like I'll say some things or whatever, and kind of But I'll be like, they're like, ha ha, your name's Bearded Motivation, and you're wearing a shirt that says "fuck your feelings," and I'm like, yeah, I am. What is my motivation is not followed or trumped by your feelings. That's why I'm wearing a shirt. Like, I don't care what you think. I'm gonna help motivate someone to do something that's good. You know what I mean? So yeah. And a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
I'm a positive guy. It's just sometimes my positive isn't what you want to hear. You know what I mean? So
you can't please everybody.
Yeah,
you really can't. And you just got to do your own thing. And if what you're doing is wrong, you'll eventually realize it.
Right. I mean, exactly.
So I guess that kind of gets back to where we were, and so. Let's rewind a little bit and how I came across you. So I was followed by this guy named Bearded Beta on Instagram, and he starts like, I followed him for a little bit. I'd never interacted with him. And all of a sudden I start seeing in his story something about husky beard it was, I think it was private label companies.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? What is this? So I checked it out. And I started seeing shit about husky beard and royal beardsmen and this private label thing, and I was very confused by it. I didn't understand it completely. So, and I was almost taken back by it, because those were actually the two brands I was using exclusively. Because when I started this particular beard, I've been growing beards for years, but this particular beard is the one I decided to take seriously. Right. And so I came across Scuba's channel, and he was talking about beard butter. I came across his channel because of the whole beard struggle heat brush thing.
Right. Yeah, I have one of those heat brushes, actually.
I'm sorry. I don't know if is it good?
Yeah, I mean, it works. I didn't pay $100 it does the trick. I'll tell you right now, I didn't pay $100 for the damn one that I got, but that's good. Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, I was eyeing that, and then I saw Scuba's video. I'm like, nah. But I do like their oils. I love their oils.
Yeah. People say they're pretty good.
I'm not too fond of their like advertising, but anyways, so came across husky beard. I was using that. I was using Royal Beardsman beard butter, and then I come across your video, and you're just slamming them for being private label. And can you go ahead and explain private label for me?
So private label companies are companies that they basically pay another company to make their products. And they can do private label drop ship, or they can do private label where they make their product for them, and then they just slap a sticker on the bottles and they ship it. So they can do it either way. So basically what they're doing is they're making money off of doing
nothing.
Put their name on it. You're basically, when it's a private label company, the way I see it is, all you're doing is supporting the guy that owns the place. You're not supporting a brand. You're not supporting any kind of like hard work. You know what I mean? And that's really what my and I get it. People have a hustle, right? Like, and I respect that. You guys have a hustle. You want to make money. You do things, and drop shipping shirts and stuff like that, I think is completely different. But people try to say that it's not, or that it's kind of the same thing. Well, no, it's not. Really.
I don't think so, because that's promotional material.
Right. Exactly. Like, I have promotional stuff that I have, you know what I mean? That I can't make a t-shirt. You know, I'm going to make
I've done Teespring.
Right. like I have a guy that does it, DLC Apparel. He does Bearded Motivation shirts and like hashtag my opinion and hashtag what the fuck Dave, and yeah, just funny stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing is like me personally, I wouldn't support that. I would support like Fable. You know what I mean? Fable Beard Company. I would, because he's ran his own thing for a long time. So recently, he just hired somebody to help him 2 days a week. So that man works.
It's still in house, basically.
Right, exactly. He makes their stuff. So like Chronic Beard makes their stuff. Hanyaker, like a lot of these guys, DGC. You know what I mean? Mike makes everything, and he's a huge company.
Yeah,
and I like that. Like, to me, it's like barbering, right? Like. I can't stand some of these people that use that fake paint stuff on people's like to like have like these crisp lines and stuff. And I'm like, if somebody wants to pay me to put paint on their face, I guess I'll put makeup on them. But they need to realize they're a man that has makeup on them, right? Like, I'll do it because it's my trade, but don't yell at me when you jump in the pool and your face has like a big old line of paint on your face.
It's like, hey, you're paying the money.
Right, exactly.
I'm just providing the service.
That's it too, man. But private labels, that's what I think it is. It's just
okay.
I mean, to each their own. I mean, shame on us if we don't know that they're doing it. But there's companies out there, I think, that should really tell you that they're doing it. You know what I mean?
You know what? I agree with that. I do agree with that.
And if you need to, man, to do whatever, you know, like do your thing, but don't not tell people that you're doing it. You know? So put somewhere on there that. Made for us. We don't make our products. And definitely don't call your products premium if you're buying them from a freaking. You know what I'm saying? You don't have private label company and then say that your products are premium beard oils. That's just ridiculous. That makes me laugh. But
yeah, I saw that video, and I think the video before that, I can't remember what that one was, but I messaged Dancy Bearded.
Yeah,
and that was literally my first interaction with him, direct interaction at all. Right. And I was like, hey, man, like, is this true? Like, oh, Husky Beard, it can't be true. I was like, I really like them. And then he's like, yes, they know. He explained, he's like, yeah, someone else makes them. Eventually a company gets so big that they can't do everything themselves or do everything out of their house, which I don't know if that's the case for Husky or Royal. But whatever, and I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
If you're that big, why are you going to trade shows?
I'm
just saying.
I don't know much about them. I don't know much about.
If you go to a craft show, you're trying to make money because you're not making enough. So if you have to go to a craft show, you're probably not that big. Just not that it's a bad thing to go because some people enjoy like farmers markets and stuff like that. I'm just saying, if you go. There's a reason why you're going. You don't need to do private label for that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
I get you. Yeah, I saw that, and then I kept watching your videos because I wasn't exactly a fan, but I wanted to keep seeing what was going on, like, because I'm a guy. I lean politically center. As much as I can, and I try to see everything. I try to see all sides of everything. So I watch all news sources. And then I see this, and I'm like, okay, I'm not exactly a fan of this, but I want to see where it goes because maybe there might be something here.
Right.
And then so I wasn't a big fan of you. So I think that following Sunday or another Sunday after that, I was on the main discussion which is Bearded Beta's live stream every Sunday.
Right.
Bearded Blonde and I think Ferocious Beard was there.
Yeah.
And so I was on there, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh," Bade's like, "Check this out." You pop up. I'm like, "Oh, hey." Like, I didn't know I was gonna be talking to this guy so soon. But
I kind of was like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Why aren't you talking very much?" You're like, "Oh, I'm just kind of taking it all in." And I'm like,
"No, I mean that for on the real." Yeah, that is how I am. I feel things out. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't talking much before you got in there either. So.
Yeah, no, I was watching. Yeah, I was like, I was trying to get you to interact a little more, though. That's what I do. That's how I, you know.
The next stream I was on, I was a lot more talkative.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. No, it's cool though to like, I don't know, man. Like a lot of people, like I'll come on to one of these, I'll come on to somebody and I'll start talking or chit chatting with them. And they're like, yeah, you're not that guy that everybody thinks you are on those videos.
Oh, I know. And that's immediately what I thought. I was like, okay, this guy's not too bad. Like I can chit chat and hang out with this guy.
I just don't feed people full of bullshit. You know?
No. The cool thing, even though like I've kept watching this and I'm not going to lie, I've disagreed with a good portion of it, given I'm also probably not nearly as educated on the subjects as you.
Right.
But I can also tell that none of this stuff was really coming from a place of malice. Like it wasn't like I could tell you mean well with what you're trying to do, with what you're trying to inform everybody on.
Yeah, it was just mostly more just consumer awareness was what I was trying to do. Yeah.
Yes.
But the way that I did it, and I understand the way that I did it was kind of abrasive. You know what I mean? But I wanted to do an explosive reaction. I wanted people to not forget it. You know what I mean? So I know I did some stuff and I made myself better, obviously, right? I've righted my wrongs.
Yeah, so that is one thing I wanted to talk about is like what exactly triggered that? Like what was the change?
I love this community, the community that I'm in of bearded brothers and stuff. I'm a military guy. I just got done telling you that. I found the beard community and I found my camaraderie that I've been looking for forever, right? Ever since I left the military, I've looked for that camaraderie and you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
This group of guys, these big burly bearded men that hang out and talk about beard oils and stuff. I mean, you're gonna find some guys that are gonna kind of cause some issues, and they're gonna get. I mean, come on, we're a bunch of big dudes that put beard oil in our face, right? Come on. So what I'm saying is, you're gonna get some people that are gonna, you know what I mean, have a pissing match. It's gonna happen. But my biggest thing, regardless of people liked me or if people didn't, was for consumer awareness. That was the biggest.
Right.
I was like, hey guys, take the mask off real quick, like. Look with your eyes, step back. You know what I mean? Like you're in it. Step back for a second. Just look out from outside and look in and see what I'm telling you. You don't need to like it. You don't need to agree with it.
Yeah.
You just need to be aware of it. And I did that, and I saw that I was pushing away a lot of my friends, and they were not wanting to be a part of it. And I get it, and I understood it, and I also put some of my friends in the middle of it. Right.
Okay.
So, because my friends, they're my friends. Right. They're like, dang, it's Dave. I can't just leave Dave hanging. I gotta be there for Dave.
Right. Ride or die. You know.
And then I'm like, God, man, you know, really, if you need to do what you got to do, you just do it. And I'll tell them that. I'm like, do whatever you have to do, bro. I don't want you to have to like worry about anything. Like, just do you. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to, I try not to bring people in the middle of my conversations or try to talk. And sometimes I'd say their names, I'd slip their name or something like that, and I'd get in trouble for it because. Dude, I don't want to be. I know I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, I forgot. Like you just start talking and like rambling, and you'll say stuff. But eventually got to the point of where I felt compelled to get the community back to where it was. They were picking sides, man. It was getting to be like a bunch of old ladies playing bridge, you know, like.
Yeah, I started seeing those little advertisements for NBO. New beard order or whatever. New bearded order.
Okay. So look, that was.
I want to hear this.
NBO was supposed to be a joke, right?
Okay.
Like everybody likes wrestling and everybody likes everything.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like NBO, the new beard order, right? And then I did that video. I don't know if you saw the video that I did, the one with the
anonymous.
Yeah.
With it was just straight ripping off NWO back in the day.
Yeah, that was my voice and everything, bro. Like it was static, and then it came in with the picture of the anonymous guy, and I started talking in this freaking really cool Bane voice, and like, yeah, it was cool, man. But it was just supposed to be a joke, and some of these took it a little too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought this was going to be a thing because I mean, you were really starting to go hard. Everyone in that little circle was starting to really go hard on Dan and Beard Octane, and I mean, I'm dropping names now, but whatever. Like, I was like, I want to see where this goes.
see, Dan and I, we've met in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, we are friends. Like, and it's gonna take a little bit to repair some of that. I mean, I definitely made a wound and then I threw salt in that son of a bitch. You know what I mean? So I mean, I get it. I get where he's coming from, and I told him, I said, dude, I'm willing to wait as long as we have to repair what we, you know, our friendship and everything. And I'm like, and we're talked, and he's unblocked me on every platform now, and we talk, and we actually even have like our own chat that we chat on with like a couple other guys, and it's just cool to finally be back where I was again. I'm not an outsider anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like everybody hates me anymore, and it's not that I really. I mean, I did care, but it wasn't like I worried about it every day. But the stress, bro, and it was
tension. Tension.
Yeah,
sucks.
It was a lot. I didn't like making people feel uncomfortable because they'd feel really uncomfortable if I would come into something. You know what I mean? And I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
And I just really wanted like the whole picking sides thing to go away, right? Like there's some people, like I get messages still from some people that are like, Dave, I can't follow you anymore if you're gonna follow or hang out with Dan. And I was like, well, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. But you know what, man? This community has been around since before you. So do your thing. Like, if you need anything, let me know. But like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, this community.
I'm not gonna lose my friendship over. You know what I mean? Because you think he's a wolf. I mean, I get it. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, life's too short, bro. I can't not mend things and be better. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Cribs. He's swag, beard swag. So Cribs and I have become really good friends lately too, and Beard Swag is a really good dude. He's like super big in faith. Like the guy is, his story is so crazy. Like if you could have a guy on to talk about his life story, it's amazing. Like you could do probably a whole hour podcast on what's going on with that dude now.
We usually go too.
Right, like, and I'm telling you, he's really, really, really cool. And he actually talked to me. We were talking one day, and he's like, "Hey, man," he's like, "I hear you kind of want to try to like mend things, and you're trying to make things better." And I said, "Yeah, I am, dude. Like, I really want to do that." And then he's like, "Hey, what if I do like a live with you?" And I'm like, "That would be great." And then we were like, "You know what?" I said, "I'm gonna go a step further than he said, and I'm gonna I get a hold of like a bunch of people in the community." I was like, "Hey, you want to be on? You want to be on? You want to be on?" And then before we went live, I was like, "Hey, I just want to say this." Dan came on. I was like, that was a shocker. You know what I mean? I was like, "Dan, holy crap." And then like I went at like Kyle and Joe. I went at them one day, and I was like, they came in, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I just want you to know, like, here's what I thought. I apologize." You know what I mean?
I caught like the very end of it while it was live. And I was like, and then I started seeing like the thumbnail, and I'm like, "Is that Dan?" And I tried skimming through. I didn't see him anywhere. I was like, "That must have been a glitch." So come Monday, I see your new video about bidets, and and then I was like, "Oh well, I think I really need to watch this live stream." So I went back. I got about an hour in before I had to leave and go do something. But yeah, it was some really powerful stuff. I mean, all the apologies and shit, and just everybody sticking together and coming together.
Well, a lot of
really cool.
There was so much bullshit going on in the community. I think it needed to happen anyways. You know what I mean? Like I really think that we needed to make it a community thing for everybody to just kind of like be like, "All right, look, something's wrong. We need to fix this now, or this place is just gonna be crap all the time." You know what I mean? So I'm not a huge negative person on the regular. I don't particularly dig being negative all the time, but I also don't like toxic positivity either. You know what I mean? So life is not lollipops and fairy tales. You know what I mean? So we know this, but I definitely don't want to try to bring any more negative vibes than needed. You know what I mean? So
I get you. Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. It shocked me. And it definitely made me feel better about the whole thing.
Yeah, well, and that was part of it too, was like I wanted people to understand that, hey, people make mistakes. If you can be man enough to own up to your mistakes, maybe good things can come from it. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
That's why I did. But if anything, hopefully I showed somebody else that just because you're a man doesn't mean you can't say you did something wrong. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah, I totally dig the fact that Dan's being receptive to it. A lot of people in the community are receptive to it, and they're all trying to fix things. And I honestly have only had a couple really like, "I can't believe you're doing this, Dave" reactions. You know what I mean? So
that's good.
Who knows if they're saying stuff behind the scenes? Like not to me, but it is what it is. You're always going to get those people that
There are a few people I'm wondering what they're thinking.
Yeah, no, me too, man. For
Like,
real. Like, yeah.
Seriously, Dave? Seriously, you're going back on it?
Right. Like, well, it's not
can,
even that I'm going back on it. It's that
no,
my job has been done. Like, I've done my. Consumers are aware of what they need to do. Consumers are aware that they need to look at the product labeling. They need to understand what the product is before they buy it. They understand that. That was my whole thing that I wanted to do. Now, could we have made it a cooler thing and maybe did like a Dave versus Dan type of thing and kind of made
like
it
a debate?
Like, remember the Olympic guys, Dave and Dan? I don't know if you're maybe too young for that.
I don't know if I know that one.
But Dave and Dan used to be like this big Olympic thing, like back in the day, and it was Dan versus Dave. That's what it was. And we could have made it kind of funny like that, but it was kind of a big deal too. Olympics. I mean, back in the day when I was growing up, Olympics were huge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every year the Olympics came, we were like, like, yes. Right. Well, I'm talking like back like the Dream Team days, like with Michael Jordan and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like it was just yeah.
When was that? Mid-90s?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so like
mid to late
96 bowls or 93 bowls, whatever.
Yeah, the year that nobody could touch them, and they were just like, "Here, let's give it to Mike." All right, Mike.
3 years old.
It's crazy, dude. I graduated high school in '97, so yeah, some people were born then, that I know now. It's just like,
yeah,
crazy.
I was 7 at that time.
7. That's a good
7.
Age. 7 years old is when I remember everything. That's the age that I remember everything after. You know what I mean?
I think I can go back to 4. I can go back to 4. Like, I'm pretty proud of that.
I can kind of remember like riding in station wagon when I was a little younger, and I remember going by a gas station and looking up at SA's sign, and it said 25 cents for gas. Yeah. Thanks.
But how efficient were the cars? Efficient were the cars, and how much could they hold?
I mean, you could fix them pretty easily.
True.
They were pretty indestructible back then. The only thing that really
we didn't need to wear a seatbelt.
Right. And rust was the only thing that really took out a car back then, Yeah,
and that's one of the things I deal with. So I work for an automotive manufacturer, Subaru.
Okay.
And that is one of the things I do. I'm in a paint shop, and there is no paint on the car. I mean, maybe there's like a thin layer. It's called the ED layer, and it's like an electrically charged paint, so that the later paint can just stick to it. But yeah, one of the things I do is it's called sealer, and basically I waterproof, I rust-proof, and I soundproof the cars.
Oh wow!
Before there's any paint or anything on it, and it's But so, and that kind of brings me to the next discussion, because we started. You did have a thing about like sulfates and silicones. Silicone's a huge thing in the paint shop for us. We can't have any silicone in any products that we use.
Yeah,
or
it's
so
a big
they
deal.
tell
like
us.
People don't understand how really a big deal silicones can be, and more than just that, I mean, it's not just beard stuff. It's a lot of things,
So with paint, certain chemicals, products, aromas, whatever, they will cause any like fresh paint to like speckle and pock and all that stuff. We call it cratering. So they check us. There are certain products we cannot use. Like, they have lists of specific things that they know will crater. So they check us every morning before we start. One of the things is Old Spice. Nothing specific, just Old Spice everything. We can't eat popcorn. We can't shine our tires before work. Stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
But fun fact, I wear Old Spice deodorant. But I don't crater. I don't fail those tests. Body chemistry. They don't take into consideration body chemistry, because if we've found that if your body rejects these chemicals or whatever, then you'll crater. But if your body accepts them, it's good. We're good.
Oh.
We've also found that if you just put directly on this crater board, this metal panel that they spray paint on to check it, if you just put something directly on it, it's going to crater no matter what. So their process is a little flawed. They mean well, but it's flawed. But
I think everything has to have a process. At least they're attempting. So if anybody ever asks anything, they're like, "Hey, we do have this process put in place." Da 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 da. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely if they're cratering like crazy, they go up the line and check people. Like, hey, crater panel check, do this. Yeah. And that way, I mean, because if the cars start cratering, they gotta take it offline. They gotta sand it down, repaint it, and that's just time and money.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But
real.
I guess my point was, I've said this in a couple of live streams, maybe you've been part of, and I've on beta streams and stuff like that. I feel like the whole debate is like sulfates, are they good in beard washes? Silicones, are they good in conditioners? It's like, in my opinion, I think it just depends on the person.
Okay, so here's the deal, and I feel like I feel left out, so I'm gonna use these. I got these just for you guys.
I gotta be able to hear you with my jerry-rigged recording situation. I'm going from, I got the headphone jack plugged into my recording interface that's in my laptop, and I am actually streaming from my main PC. It's all one big mess of cables.
All right, now I feel like I'm actually in a podcast.
You're fitting in. This is nice.
Do I got this going? Am I rocking?
Yeah, you got it.
I use this for when I do like my my editing on my videos.
Okay.
My wife's usually sleeping when I do that, so I can really hear it really well. Actually, that's good.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about silicones and sulfates.
All right. So silicones and beard products. Here we go. So people are like, okay, silicones are not that bad in a beard product if it's used in moderation. Okay. Well, wrong. So I don't know how to say the word exactly, and people gave me crap about it because it's
it's a big
scientific. It's a methodicone or methodic. I don't know, whatever. We'll say it's cone. It's something that's bad. If it says the cone, it's not good. But so what it says is what it does is it does this. Okay, so let's say this, right? Females use it in their hair care products because if their hair is damaged from coloring their hair too much, or their hair is damaged from, let's say that they use too much heat, right? Mm-hmm. Or they use too many times they perm their hair, so their hair is like fried, right? And it's frizzy and it doesn't look good and it's real dull. If they use a silicone, the silicone covers it and makes it look shiny and makes it look healthy. So it gives you that look of health, but it is not healthy. The reason it's not healthy is because now not only does it look good, but you can't put any moisture or hydration into the hair.
That makes sense.
So the silicone blocks everything good, doesn't let it go in, but it gives it the look that it's healthy.
Okay.
So it's just like putting a Band-Aid on. Let's say your tire iron breaks on your car and you put a freaking piece of like the mechanic wire to hold it on to that steering knuckle just to get it to the shop, right? It's a Band-Aid to get it somewhere. They're putting a Band-Aid on their hair before it falls out, basically, is what they're doing.
Gotcha.
And somebody said that, well, it works for me and so-and-so likes it. And I'm like, they like it because it makes them feel like it's healthy. That's why they like it. I'm not saying they don't like it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying by the time they know what's going on or what's happening to their hair, it's too late because they're not going to feel it going bad because of that silicone. Now, sulfates are just probably one of the most horrible things you can put in your hair next to silicone. And especially with beard hair. So imagine this, everything that I just said, you put it in beard hair, which is already number one, very coarse, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All beard hair is basically, we all know it. It's almost like pubes on your face, right?
Yeah. It's thicker body hair. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. But I remember this one dude said to me, he goes, Dave, how do I make my facial hair not feel like pubes? And I said, here, dude, take this oil.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it just the sulfates they're just horrible for you. And I've talked to many people about the sulfates and what it does. It makes your hair brittle, even more so than it already is. So it's not good. It's not good for the hair, it's not good for the follicles, it's not good for your face. Um, I don't use anything that has sulfates or parabens in it, and I don't use anything that has a silicone in it. I just don't do it. If you don't have to have it in it, why? Why have it in it?
That's a very good point.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many other things out there that are good for you, for your hair, and that's good for your face and all that kind of stuff. Like CBD, man, the CBD lines. Oh my god, it's so stupid.
I really want to check that out.
I'm probably gonna start smoking CBD because I need it, and that's the cheapest way to get it. Is because my body has so much pain from the military that I take all these stupid meds and I want to get off of them. So it's like if I can get off of these medications and my anxiety can get under control and I don't have to take a Xanny anymore, dude, I'm down, bro. I don't want to be big pharma no more. You know what I mean? Like
nobody does. I don't know anybody that actually does, except for the people that don't understand that big pharma is big pharma.
Yeah, and people think, oh, well, you need to take pills to do this. I understand that, but there's a better way. I want that better way, you know? So and I'd have to try it and see if it actually works for me.
Hey, try living in Indiana. We got Eli Lilly and all that here.
Yeah.
We're never legalizing shit here.
Well, which is ridiculous. I think that's just stupid.
I mean, I'm not a smoker. I've smoked marijuana 3 times in my life.
Yeah, I used to smoke a lot more than that.
I didn't start drinking until I was 22. I've only smoked 3 times. I do want to smoke more, but my job prevents me from doing so.
If you were to smoke CBD, you would be okay though. You wouldn't.
I've tried it.
Yeah, you shouldn't fail a drug test.
They now have CBD bud.
Yes.
It smells like it. It smells like the real deal.
Well, CBD naturally smells like the real deal because it's derived from hemp. Everything is cannabis. So like hemp, CBD, THC, all that stuff is all derived from the same plant. So
yeah. So I tried that, but it didn't do much for me because I really suck at smoking. I'm better at vaping. I'm not a vapor, but I'm better at it. It's easy. It's so smoother.
My problem is okay, would the CBD help my lungs? Or would it hurt it if I smoked it? Because I've been a smoker. I was a smoker for, 30 years? So it's like if I smoke for 30 years, I started smoking when I was 7 years old, steady when I was 13. So I would smoke at least one cigarette every day from 7 to 13.
That's impressive. For that age, that's impressive.
Yeah, and then 13 on, I was smoking like a half a pack every day. You know what I mean? Because my dad always had like cartons in the freezer, so I just take a pack whenever. He never noticed. I just always
Marble Red,
Marble Lights. He was Reds first, and then went to Lights, so I did too.
Well, I mean, you had to. That was your source.
Yeah, and then I know my buddy's dad. He used to smoke menthol, so every once in a while I get a pack of menthols. But yeah, menthols to me were just so.
The good old days.
I just never could do. Everybody's like, "Oh man, you should really try this," because I used to vape a lot too before I quit, like 2 years ago. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh man, you got to try this lemonade and menthol," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, dude, get that menthol the hell away from me."
I've never vaped like actual like tobacco vape, but I vaped CBD.
Well, the funny part is it's not even really like a tobacco. It was actually hard to go
a nicotine, whatever.
Yeah, it was really hard to go from cigarettes to vape, bro. It was so hard because all the drugs they put inside of those cigarettes. It's nuts. That arsenic and all that other stuff, rat poison, whatever. Yeah, like it's just.
It's nuts how much you want it.
Bro, I still wake up some days and see people doing it, and I'm like, it smells disgusting, but for some reason, I still like sometimes, man, I wonder just one, you know, like. And then I'm like, no, go to the gym, dummy, and I'll go to the gym instead. And like, there you go.
Good call.
Yeah, dude, I've been hitting that gym hard. I love that thing.
I noticed your Instagram feed is just nothing but gym stuff, and it's awesome.
Dude, I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and I want to get my other arm. I got to get my other sleeve finished. I've started it, but I haven't gotten it done. But
yeah,
I just shaved it, so I look at it and go, "It's empty." Man,
it's been 2 years since I've gotten a tattoo. And
dude, this year, I just did this whole sleeve this year. I did 2 sessions, bro, and he did the whole arm. See,
that was my last one.
I like that color. That color is sick. You got Pokemon tattoos? One of the guys.
I don't have Pokemon tattoos. They're just birds.
Is that
a phoenix and a falcon?
Nice.
That's
Dan. That's Dan's. What do you say? It's his. What do they call it? A soul bird or what do they call it?
Spirit animal.
Spirit animal. Yes.
Which one? Falcon or phoenix?
The falcon.
Okay.
Mine's an eagle. I love eagles. Love them.
I like to assign spirit animals to just anything and everything. Like I'll say like, oh, Deadpool. That's my spirit animal. Pizza's my spirit animal. Pizza's my spirit animal.
That's too funny. Pizza's my spirit animal. That's great.
I love giving like human traits to not human things. Like I'll call anyone a dude, and I'll call anything a dude.
I've called my wife bro.
Oh yeah, same.
Like she looks at me one day. The first time I ever did it was the most awkward moment. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And I looked at her, and she goes, "Did you just call me bro?" And I'm like, I did. That was off the wall. That's like something one of my, like.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I've done that to my wife, and my wife's never cared. I'll say bro.
Yeah.
I'll start off whatever I'm about to say with bro.
And she's like my best friend, so she didn't really, you know what I mean? She didn't really care. It was just like, she was like, at that moment, it was like known. Like, we are definitely never, ever not going anywhere. We're always going to be together, like after that. Awesome. He just called me bro. I remember that. It was so funny.
That's pretty awesome. What were we talking about? We got on the subject of tattoos and then off of something.
Silicone sulfates. What else did we talk about? I don't know. It's always fun when you do that though on a podcast. I noticed that if I talk to people, I always end up talking about.
It's called a tangent. And these podcasts, these free form podcasts, or even just a topical podcast, that happens hardcore. Yeah.
And I even watched Joe Rogan with Post Malone. Oh my God, bro!
He was talking to Post Malone, and it's just he just starts talking about one thing. Post Malone will say something, and he'll just start talking about something else for like 5 more minutes. And Post Malone was like, "All right, well, what about this that you were just talking about?" He's like,
"Right,
oh yeah." He's just they're both smoked out of his mind.
Yeah, well, they both are. Like, yeah. And you saw like the big blunt that Post left before he left and all that shit. That was so cool.
I'm not that far. Spoilers, man.
No. Because if you look on Instagram, Joe Rogan, he took a picture of where Post Malone was, and he says, "Post Malone."
Nice.
Or Post Malone was here, or some shit like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still listening to that. That's my so I don't know about you, but I listen to podcasts while I work out.
I like if I do cardio, I do.
Yeah.
But I need something to pump me up while I'm like getting it.
I used to. So I'm not. So when I work out, that's my me time. That's my. I'm an introvert, and I'm in here. So especially if I got that pre-workout, that gets my mind going like crazy. That's my thinking time. That's my retrospective time. That's my introspective time. Like I am thinking about anything and everything. I'm thinking about the future, whatever plans I got for the podcast. Like, what am I going to do tonight? I got this idea. My friends hate me when I work out because while like in between sets, I'll have an idea and I'll just start messaging people. And I'm just blowing people up with ideas and shit. I
get made fun of by the boys that are in the guys that are at the gym. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing? You back on Instagram again?" I'm like, "Hey, man.
Hey, it's kind of my thing.
It's not easy being cheesy. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta do it." But it's fun. I enjoy it. I think it's cool too. Like I constantly have been watching like Mike Tyson lately, dude. Like that guy is dude, he's like they don't understand. Like watching I think Joe's younger than me, Joe Rogan.
52.
So he's older than me. So there's a guy at the gym, he's 52 years old, and he's like a shorter guy, right? Okay. But he's super in shape, bro. And I'm like, I will never stop going to the gym now just because of watching what these guys are doing for themselves. My back, like I have a shitty back. My back is so messed up. It's not even, I've had surgery on it. I mean, I've done so many things, and now I'm like working out my back. I can walk pretty normal. I don't have like I used to have like a little bit of a limp, like a little bit. Not
Okay.
You couldn't notice it unless you knew what you're looking for, but now it's starting to go away because the muscles around my back are starting to get formed again, so you can kind of see that they're there.
That's awesome.
So it's like everything's starting to support itself again. You know what I mean? So now that I'm going to the gym too, like my arms, I mean, this pre-workout, I'm taking Insane Labs. You ever heard of Insane Labs?
Yes.
Psychotic is what I'm taking right now, the black label.
Yeah.
Dude, that pump is stupid.
Not the private label.
It's not a private label. No. They could be. You never know. I don't know.
I use Jim Stepani stuff. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, Jim. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
JYM, right?
Yep.
See, I tried using his pre-workout and it didn't really work for me.
Okay. I don't really go for like the insane, like jittery.
Oh, I don't go for the jittery either. I gotta feel it. I gotta have that pump though. Because there's that pump in the psychotic. It's not so like, do not get I Am God if you do not like, because they make some crazy stuff out of that company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I use the black label because the black label has that pump in it, so it's easy for me to feel it. So Wednesdays I think Wednesdays, yeah. So Tuesday's chest day, and then Wednesday I do arms and pretty much shoulders, right? Mm-hmm. And dude, I'm telling you, on Wednesday this week, I couldn't. So the 52-year-old guy's like, put your elbows into your side. Like I can put them in right now, right? But I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm so pumped up, right? I can't. So I went like this, and he starts laughing at me, and I'm like, what? He goes, I said, put them to your side. I'm like, dude, I can't put them on my side right now. Like, I'm literally that pumped up right now that
bulging.
I couldn't do it. And then I figured out, like, okay, this is why these people walk around like this all the time. Like, they're freaking tough, but they're not, you know what I mean? Like, I figured it out. So you got to actually, like, work out tendons and stuff like that. Like, I was looking into it because I'm an older guy, right? I don't want to walk around the floor all the time. So I'm like, how do I not look like that? How do I make sure that I can fully extend my arm and not have to only go this far?
Right.
So I use elastic bands, bro. That's like the biggest thing to work your tendons. I had no idea. So
I do need to start working out those more. I mean, especially since I've been in physical therapy for my right shoulder. I got like a 1st-degree tear or something, they said.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had a full-blown rotator cuff tear. And I have not been, like, the only motion it really affects, the chest press motion. My favorite day, my favorite exercise is chest day, and I can't do it. It sucks.
And it's crazy because I never used to be like a really big leg day guy, because I always had strong legs, right? So I could always do like I think my max leg day was like I think I did like 680 back in the day.
Nice.
And now I'm doing squats and deadlifts now. I never did that shit before, right?
Yeah.
So now I did it the other day. I did 405 by myself. I took a video. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram.
I think I did. Yeah.
But I did it by myself. I sat down, I had a pause, and then I had to grunt to get my muscles to be like, wake up. You know what I mean? Like they weren't there. And then all of a sudden, and it wasn't like it hurt. I don't know why I paused. It was weird. Because then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was like I just stood right up. I was like, what the hell? I gave a little grunt, and I could have done one more, but I didn't have a spotter, so I was not going to do another one. You know,
play it safe. Yeah, I get it.
I was like, so I just threw it back up on the rack. But squatting is so different. It's such a different animal than just using a press with your legs. You know what I mean?
Because you got your back involved. And one wrong move, and you're done.
Right. And
either you're throwing out your back, or you're fucking getting crushed.
And it's sitting there with 405, and it's doing this. Like, it's bouncing, and you can see it bouncing. And I'm like, holy shit, my bar is bouncing right now. Like, it's the first time I ever lifted 405 in a squat. And I'm doing it by myself. I'm like, fuck it, right? So I'm like, what's the worst thing that could happen? I'll just drop this bar, just walk forward and drop it down. And the whole place is going to go.
It's been so long since I've done, like, any maxing out or anything. Like, I think the last time I maxed out, like, squats was, I think, between 250 and 300, somewhere around there, and that was a few years ago. Most I ever did on flat bench was 245. And I started, that was back when I had a workout partner and I could max out and have a spot. Now I work out alone. It's like, I'm not doing none of that.
Dude, I did, my max bench was 325. That was like insane, bro. Like I used to have this, so when we do our PRs, we'd set a day a month to do it. And I had a PR. We would do, we called it the Hemi. We would take Muscle Farm Assault and we'd mix it. You ever heard of Hemivol?
No.
So Hemivol is a pre-workout that has no caffeine in it, but it wakes you the fuck up like now, right? So you're focused and your whole body is ready to do whatever you want to do. And we call it the Hemi because Hemivol plus the Assault and the Hemi engine, how powerful it is, right? So we're like, that's what it's going to be called. What's up, Sergio? So I'm like, all right, we're going to do this bad boy. So we take a scoop of each, we shake it up, we get going. I lift this 325, bro. I sat up and I was like, I was screaming, dude. I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny when you do something like that, how good it feels. You're just like, and you're just like, and you're slapping yourself in the chest, like, yeah.
That's awesome.
I've
never been that guy in the gym. Like I hit my goal or I hit that PR and I'm just like, did it.
Really? Yeah, you're just like,
no, I'm not a fucking explosive person most of the time, unless I'm just trying to be ridiculous. Right. Like I like if I am ever animated in any way, it's because I'm trying to be funny. I'm entertaining myself. But a lot of people are like that. Or they're like,
dude, so, and I think it's for like motivation purposes. Like that's why I do it. I think because I'm like, I always like to help people. I don't know. Yeah. Like, and even if it's like in a fucked up way, I still like to try to help people. You know what I mean? Like, people are always like, I was like, Dave, why do you do things like that? And I'm like, did you remember it? I think you remembered what I did, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's why. Because it doesn't matter if it's crazy or if it's good or if it's bad. People are going to know who Bearded Motivation is in the beard game right now. They're not going to forget who I am because of what I did and how I did it, but I fixed it, right? So I manned up and said I screwed up and I apologized and did my redemption and I feel better. So do I regret doing things? I regret the way that I did things. Do I regret doing what I did? No. I think it needed to be done. I think also doing that whole community live needed to be done a long time ago. Yeah. So I think all the whole spectrum of everything is at peace almost again. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But
to go back to that, it's great. Like the bearded community is something that I came upon around like April. Like I've never been a part of this. Like I started watching Scuba's videos and then I ran out of videos to watch because I was on quarantine. I was on lockdown. My job was just, we're not working. Yeah. And so I started just watching Scuba's videos and then I ran out. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll check out this Dan C guy. I didn't want to. Originally because I saw his beard and it's just like this. At the time, it was just that straight, narrow beard. And I was like, yeah, it's impressive, but I figured it was going to be like, I don't know that guy. There's like a whole beard documentary on Netflix at one point. And it's this world winning. He does he endorses Vita beard. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
But I hate his beard. It's just like straight, just narrow and super long. And I'm like, he's cocky and arrogant and I don't like it. And then I started watching Dan because I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. And I really enjoyed all of like his educational material, all of his reviews and stuff. It was really cool. And so I went down the rabbit hole of that, ran out of fucking videos to watch with that because I had nothing to do.
Yeah, that's right. That's super crazy. And then you're like, I was watching a lot of UFC stuff. So I was like watching a lot of old, because I have ESPN Plus. So I was watching a lot of that. I was like, I need to watch some of these fights I missed, So I started watching a bunch of fights and I'm like, dude, they need to bring this stuff back. I need to have this in my life. Like, why did they take this away from us? Like,
I have not been into UFC since I think the last the last fight I watched was the Silva Weidman rematch.
That was
It's forever ago.
That was crazy. That was when he broke his leg, wasn't it?
It was one of the two. It was one of the two. I think that was the one.
That was insane, dude.
Yeah,
insane.
And I watched it live.
I did too.
Shit.
I watched it when his leg wrapped around Chris's leg. I was like, did his leg just fucking wrap around his leg, and then he went to step down on his leg, and I was like, get out of here.
Everyone in B-dubs was silent.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God. Everybody was like, did that just happen? And if he wouldn't have stepped down on his leg, it probably wouldn't have been as tense, but he didn't know it happened until it was too late. Yeah.
That was rough.
Such intense pain that you don't even feel it until, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Like, that to me was like the end of it. Like, I didn't really go back to UFC after that. I mean, I was never super into it. It was just something fun to do with my friends on a Saturday night. They were all into it. They knew every fighter. They knew what they were about. And I'm just like, yeah, they're fucking standing up. They're punching each other. Oh, they're laying down again. Oh. Hey, here's my wings.
So back in the day that I have kind of like in the past, I have I opened a gym with another guy, and we had a place called PH Fitness, and we worked a bunch of guys that were in MMA.
Okay.
And we actually had like I had really good turnout. I was more of like the mental strength and conditioning coach. And then we had like the technical guys, and then that would train like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and that kind of stuff. We actually did some tempo too, which is really crazy. Tempo is crazy, dude. Like, you ever watch tempo? It's just such an insane thing to watch. It's so weird. That's the Chuck Liddell style fighting. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Chuck was the only one that had that tempo fight. That's it. He was the guy. That was, if you wanted to learn tempo, you talked to Chuck Liddell. That was it. But it was really cool. And I had like I think two of the guys ended up going pro, but there was a couple guys after I left. I just sold my half of the gym, and they started losing, and I was like, damn. Like, a bunch of people that I helped train, they were winning, and then I left, and then they started losing, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what happened? What's the difference? Is it me, or was it the fact that...
Did you ever contact them, or like,
I talked to a couple of them. You know, some of them follow me on YouTube and stuff like that too. So like every once in a while they'll say hey or send me a message on IG or something. But yeah, they're older now. I mean, that was, God, how long ago was that? That was a long time. I don't even know. Like, it was a strip mall that we had this place in, and we were doing like caveman training, and we had one of those bikes that had the fan on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was I like that. I like that more than I like just a regular bike, because it makes it work so much harder, you know. But we would have them do that. We would have them do gas masks, where they would get on the treadmill and they would run with gas masks on. I mean, there was so much intense training that I did with these guys, and they would kick ass, man. They were so good. And the biggest thing was like the anger. Like, anger, if you can fight anger in a fight, that is like the most biggest in any situation, not just fighting, but I think mental awareness is so big with anything that you do.
Yes.
That if you can mentally hold back your anger to release it when you want it as a fuel, you're unstoppable. You can't be messed with. But people that let their anger come out, that's when they slip up or screw up. You know what I mean?
It's a tricky tightrope act.
And I would totally say that all the time if I would see somebody like do something good where they didn't use their anger and I knew they were pissed, because sometimes they get smacked in the face training, you know what I mean, and they get mad.
Yeah.
But they'd hold back, and then they'd use it to like kick dude, like to sweep him and throw him on his head or whatever, and I'd be like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I mean. You just get into it. I don't know, man. Like, I grew up fighting. When back in the day when us kids grew up, that was what we did. That's how we were alpha males, you know what I mean? Like, we were like, hey.
So I'm one of four kids. I'm one of four boys, and I never got that because I'm the oldest by 6, and I had no competition. I'm the oldest by 6 years, so there's just no competition. And I mean, I wasn't even a big kid. Like, I graduated high school at 111 pounds. I'm 185 now, but back then I was skinny. Scrawny.
I grew up as a scrawny kid too, and then I hit like 16, and I started gaining weight, and I'm starting to get big.
It's 23 for me.
not like fat, but I was getting like big, like starting to get muscle and starting to get, like that testosterone was actually working. And then I hit like 36, 37, and that's when I started losing testosterone, and I started getting fat. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I was like, why? One day I was like, why do I feel like I literally said this. I said to my wife, I go, I feel like a bitch. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm watching TV and there's these dogs in Haiti that like have no food. And I'm tearing up because the poor dog can't eat any food. And I feel like a bitch because I'm crying because this dog in freaking Haiti is not even in the United States. You know what I mean? And I'm crying.
Why do I care about this dog?
Why do I care about this weird looking dog? But yeah, no, I ended up having low T and I had to go get that figured out. And now I got that figured out. So I get an injection once a week. And
gotcha.
Now I was in like 75. Like the normal male is between 650 and 875. And I was at 75.
Yeah, I looked into testosterone like years ago. And just, I guess like the average testosterone level of the average male in America is just plummeting. Like at younger and younger ages. So it's crazy.
I think a lot of it is too, like a lot of these guys they're shooting up, they're juicing, they're using the gear. So when they use the gear, they're losing all their testosterone because their body can't.
There's that, but like I'm talking just like natural, like even the people like just regular guys that don't even work out or nothing. I think it's and a lot of people think it's their diets. Like we're eating so much processed bullshit that it's halting our natural testosterone.
Or it could be just lazy America.
That too. I mean, if you're not up and active, you're not producing it.
I totally think we're probably one of the laziest countries in the world. So
without a doubt.
There's if you go, it's hard to find a fat person overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like you see some kind of chubby people, but you don't see like you see here. No. I saw a meme the other day, and this is gonna be kind of harsh. I don't mean it harsh, but there was a picture of a lady sitting in a freaking one of those little scooters, right? Mm-hmm. She was probably like 500 pounds in a scooter. She had a mask on, and there's another girl in front of her, and she didn't have a mask on. And the chick in the scooter says, the girl says, "You're harming my health by not wearing a mask."
Somebody else brought this exact meme up to me recently, and I was listening to it on a podcast or something, and yes. It's like we want to talk about you want to bitch about their harming your health, but you're shoving fucking Whoppers in your mouth.
And okay, so here's the thing: like eating is a problem.
I think it was Joe Rogan that said this.
People have issues, right? Like they actually have like eating problems.
Yeah,
their body keeps the food on. Like they gain the fat, right?
Yeah.
So like me, I know if I don't do anything, if I'm not active, I will gain weight super quick. That's just the way my body is. But I'm genetically, like if I work out, my muscles and everything, I can gain a lot of definition and bulk and muscle if I work, right? But if I don't, my body takes that and it's like fat boy. You know what I'm saying? Like my stomach will get big.
Yeah.
I'll get moobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, I mean, double chin and
that's what the beard's for.
Right, to cover the double chin. Right, exactly. But I mean, it's dude. I feel so good. If they close the gyms down, I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna break down the door, and I'm still gonna go in the gym. I don't even care.
I was so happy when I finally gave up because my job I have a free gym, like it's a full gym. We can use it as long as we've worked there for 30 days. I've worked there 8 years, so whatever. But no, that's been closed until I think July 14th or something like that. It was maybe it's 1st. I don't know. So I had to get a membership at the YMCA because I was like, I have to work out. Like I can't be at home and work out. I have a bench. I have a Olympic bar, plates, all that. I can't work out here. I have to be in the gym. I have to be in the mindset. Like,
and not only that, like you can't have everything they have at the gym.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have pads to drop the barbells when you're, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have plates at your house, you know, like, I don't know.
I don't. I have full steel plates.
I mean, so does like, I don't know if you ever watch Vinny P. Vinny P is a big dude in the beard community. Also, the guy is like insane awesome when it comes to like working out and doing strongman shit, right? So that guy has all iron plates. So he doesn't have like rubber stuff, but that's why the gym is so much. I am appreciative now that it's open, and I haven't missed a day since the gym is open because of the fact that it got taken away from me. So not only that, but I hate the day after tomorrow. That is the worst day. But
Oh yeah.
I have this mindset that if I go to the gym every single day, I'll never have a day after tomorrow. Right?
Yeah.
Because it hurts. Like I do everything I can for recovery. I take a protein shake. I do BCAs. I do, you know what I mean? Lots of water as much as I can. I just got one of those massager things that hits you right in the muscle, you know, and just like,
oh man, you dropped some money on one of those?
Nah, dude, you can get them for like $35 on eBay.
Oh really?
Yeah, or go to Walmart and they sell them for $40.
Yeah, my wife really wants one of those, but it's like we saw it at Dick's and we're like, oh, $300? Nope.
Yeah, no, don't get one of those ones. You don't need that big of a. I mean, I've seen this one work. Like, there's a guy at this. It's a heavy strength place, like a strongman workout place, right?
Yeah.
CX something. But dude, this guy brought this $35 one, and it works amazing. You're watching these big dudes that are just like doing this, and I'm like, does that thing really?
Oh yeah.
They're like, yeah. And he's sitting there just still hitting it. He's like, does it look like it's working? Because I feel amazing right now. I'm like, yeah, it looks like it's working. Good
so
stuff.
One thing I've discovered with I've been going to physical therapy for my shoulder this last month, and it was something that I did only because I want to get back to chest day. I want to do chest day again.
Right.
So they started doing this thing that just completely new to me. It's called dry needling. Ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
So what they do is, I don't know if they take a full syringe or what, or if it's just a needle, but the guy literally put a needle into my muscle. And what it does is it reaches those parts of the muscle that you can't really massage. You can't reach with your hands. And it just, once he hits like the right spot, it literally just releases all the tension. You like twitch and it just releases all of that tension that's been built up for however long. And you feel it, you jerk, and it's an involuntary movement. Like you can't.
Yeah.
And just like, and then it just spreads out. The pain, the soreness just spreads out. But it's sore for like a couple hours, but then the next day you're like, whoa, oh yeah.
So, here's my thought process and all that kind of stuff. Like when you injure yourself or you're like on like you know what I mean? Like they say you're supposed to go slow or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And that's cool. It's just my thought process would be this: instead of sticking needles in somebody's arm, and I mean, obviously, like I get it, it works, right? Like,
yeah, it was crazy.
But I've had like acupuncture, I've done that. I've had cups where they've done cups on my back, and it would work for like a little while. It wouldn't work for a long time, but I did all that stuff because I couldn't do surgery at the time. I was just like, I didn't have time to do it. Like I was so
same.
I rent, like I was the only income of the house. I was the only one that worked. I'm like, there's no way I have time right now to do this. There's no way I could take off a month. There's no way I could have done it. So I figured out this way. This is how I see it in my head, right? Like my back, when it hurts, I just work my lower back muscles more. Right.
Okay.
So like if I build like a defense line around that problem area, I feel like I can move farther with it.
Yeah.
So like even my shoulder, when I was in the military during combatives, I lifted this 18-year-old big ass kid over the top of me, right?
Okay.
And my arm completely went numb. It just dropped, went to my side, and I couldn't move it. I couldn't pick it up. I couldn't do anything with it. It was numb as hell. I couldn't feel it. Something did something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it took probably, I mean, I was in airborne school and it still hurt. So like, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I let them tap me out because I was like, there's nothing I can do here. Like I tried like throwing them in a headlock, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you should have seen me. I was sitting there like this, trying to throw my arm up so I could grab my other arm and hold it and pull harder. Mm-hmm. But I just said, screw this. And I just let them tap me out. I was like, I'm not even gonna, like, there's a certain point where you're like, I just got to give up. So now I just work shoulders a lot. Like I do low weights, but I work it and I do different shoulder, like things to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, like they told me I shouldn't be lifting any more than probably 7 pounds on that shoulder.
Which is good because you can really still kick your own ass with 7 pounds.
You really, I mean, okay, so one of the exercises they have me do is they take me like a dish towel.
Right.
They make me hold it and then pull it tight, like right here, and just hold it for like a second and then release. And hold it and release. And they make me do that 30 times. That's a fucking workout.
Dude.
And then they make me do it and then go over my head, keeping my elbows in, and then pull it back and then release.
Yeah.
Like, just kicking my ass.
Right. You're like, what the hell, right? Like, yeah. I'll go do like the machines, and I'll do max weight, like everything that's on the machine, because I just do the machines because it's more of a controlled lift, I think, sometimes when you
it is.
So I'll do the machine and I'll do max weight, and then I'll just come back. And then I'll try to go as hard as I can back up again. You know what I mean? So I've gone all the way to the most weight. I come back down, and then I try to see how far back up I can go again, and then I'm done with that workout. You know what I mean? So it's cool because it actually makes it feel, I don't know, man. It's such a cool feeling when you know you just rip the crap out of your muscles so hard that
yeah. Oh yeah.
My body craves that feeling, that rip, that like you can feel like that whole like soreness. If I don't feel it, something's wrong. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, you feel like you didn't work it hard enough. You feel like you didn't accomplish anything.
Right. Sometimes I want to go back. Like leg day, when I'm there, my legs hurt, right? But when I leave, sometimes they're just fine. Like I recover.
When I leave, it's jello.
But my recovery system works for me, I guess. I don't know. Like, I take magnesium pills. I tell you, recovery is like key, man. It
is.
And people are like,
sleep is key.
Sleep is definitely key too. Yeah. I mean, but I'm up at 3:30 every morning, bro. I'm hitting the gym by 4:15. So, I mean, I'm serious about this. Like I really hit it hard. Like, and I do it that way because there's not a lot of people there. Right.
Yeah. Same. That's why I try to go at 4:30 every morning. So
it's like perfect because there's like maybe 5 people in there, and it's the regular suspects, we're always the same crew that's in there every day, and we all know each other. So we all say hey to each other when we're there, but we all do our own thing. We all know what machines we're going to use what day, who's going to do what, where they're going to be. So we don't have to worry about getting in each other's way. It's perfect. It's like a perfect system. It's just crazy. It works well.
Yeah, I miss that because ever since my gym at work finally opened back up, the usual suspects aren't there. There's only like 2 people there at that time of day, at least. Like, again, it's 4:30 in the morning. A lot of them found their own gym that they just go to now. Like I actually prefer the YMCA now, but it's not open at 4:30 a.m. when I need to be there.
Right.
Because I have to be at work at 6. So it means I got to be out of the gym at 5:30.
Yeah.
There's just I got to be there 4:30 and then get my hour in.
Yeah, exactly. That's weird though too. Like people don't understand like your hour is probably the most important hour of the day. Like you got to have that just to be sane. Like when we do this kind of thing, it's crazy. Like you take everything bad and you just throw it away, What's up? What's going on, Steven?
That Metal Guy 1983. That's another channel I need to check out sometime soon.
Dude, he does beer reviews or beer, like alcohol reviews.
I saw he followed me on Instagram, and then so I saw that, and I'm like, ooh, I could really get into this because I like beer and I like beards.
And we do a lot. Yeah, and he does both. He just actually got his first collab, which is really cool. It's going to be released sometime this week with Jolly.
I saw that.
Yeah, my wife got that tonight. She's super cool about that. She loves that.
Tell me about that.
So
what's the product?
So I've got my release from Fable, which is the barber, right? Mm-hmm. And then my wife actually just got her release tonight, which is the Enchantress. It's actually her picture on the bottle, but it's a mix of it's called Peach Ecstasy.
Okay.
It's got peach and it's got some lavender in it, but it smells so good, bro. Like and I come home from the gym, and it's the first thing I smell when I go in my room because she's just getting out of the shower. So I'm like, oh, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she got the whole line. She didn't just get one or two things. Like he did everything in her line. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'll have to get some of that because like my wife shops at like Bath and Body Works, and it's like, who knows what they put in that shit.
Dude, my wife is still a fiend for those candles, man. She doesn't care.
Oh yeah. They all are.
She doesn't care about the product, anything else in there. She likes, I mean, every once in a while they'll get like the inexpensive spray, you know, like the body sprays and stuff like that when they have a sale or whatever. But other than that, she's like, oh, I'll get this lotion too, maybe. But now she's like, I want this. Tell Colin he needs to do a different scent too, like probably later, you know. He'll be like, can Colin put CBD oil in this? You know, like, can I have a CBD lotion?
So that must be such a cool feeling having like a collabed like product out there, like that with your name on it essentially. And I mean, you got the barber, right?
I don't know where that sucker went. I know it fell. Oh, there it is. I had it up here.
And so I watched your video on that today. Yeah. I watched your video on that today, and you said it's a barbershop scent with Fireball, correct?
It is a Fireball whiskey with a barbershop scent. So it's like the barbershop.
I don't know if I can handle the Fireball.
So when you open it up, it smells like Fireball whiskey. Like it is first thing punches you in the nuts. It is Fireball whiskey, right? And then it wears off. Like that whiskey will kind of go away, and then it'll start bringing out that barbershop scent. So it kind of mixes with the Fireball. But we wanted to do something really super different. You know what I mean? Like everybody does the same barbershop scent. Everybody does, and that was what we came up with. It was I was kind of timid about it because of the cinnamon and the Fireball whiskey, but it was so original. You know, I was like, this is me. I'm a fiery guy. You know what I mean? I thought it was perfect. So
yeah, barbershop scent is like one of those. It's something that I never knew I loved until I checked it out, and I was like, oh yeah. And so it's quickly become like a scent profile that I've really enjoyed. I've tried Bearded Mac, the Roaring 20s, Ferocious, Old Time Barbershop, Beard Octane's Barbershop. Beard Octane is probably my favorite one. With Ferocious.
I'm sure Feeling Beard for Octane.
Oh,
yeah,
it's incredible with that fractionated coconut oil.
Stupid awesome. Yeah.
Oh
Joe's killing it with his oil for sure.
But the Old Time Barbershop from Ferocious, that's a close second. Like it's a nice sweet barbershop.
I have Ferocious Barbershop. I haven't tried it yet. I should try it.
Give it a go. I like it. Bearded Mac was that one was a little disappointed for me.
So Bearded Mac, what I get out of it, I don't really get like your typical barbershop either. I get a Barbicide out of it. So I call it the Barbicide Barbershop. That's what I call it.
Well, I got Barbershop or the Roaring 20s. I got Tropical Storm Mac and then Revolutionary Mac. I like Revolutionary. Tropical Storm's not bad, but the Barbershop was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, some people say that if they don't know what Barbicide is what you use to clean your tools when you're a barber.
Yeah.
So the scent of it isn't the normal scent you smell in a barbershop. So I mean, everybody should have it in their barbershop if they turn around and run. But yeah.
No, I'm hoping to do a Bearded Mac review sometime soon since I've actually been using it for a couple weeks now. But one downside I've found to them is like I feel like I'm on top of the scent profile for the particular oil. I'm also getting like the carrier blend as well and everything, and I feel like
that broccoli seed is what you're getting, I think.
Yeah, and it's kind of not doing it for me in terms because I'm like, okay, I smell that and this and this. All my other oils from various companies, I don't smell any carrier oil, like proprietary blend is what I'm trying to say. I don't smell that.
And maybe he just didn't do them strong enough. I mean, I would bring it up to him and just talk to him because I've known Chris, man. Me and Chris go back to like when we first got into the community. I mean, Dan was under 1,000 subs still.
Yeah.
So like me and Chris have talked for a long, long time. Now he owns a company, you know, and his broccoli oil, like people love his stuff. His Feeling Beard is amazing. But like you said, sometimes the scent needs to be a little stronger too. You know what I mean? So
that metal guy says, see you tomorrow. Talk to you soon, Dave. Dick, I subscribed. Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you. What's his name? Steve?
Steven, yeah.
Thank you, Steven.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. I'll subscribe to you as well. Yeah, I really love the Revolutionary Mac. That smells great.
I haven't tried that. I've had his log cabin. I tried. I'm not a huge smoke guy. The campfire, I just can't. And I told him,
I tried that with Ardius, man, and I'm like, whoa, this is too much.
Yeah, right. Like dude, you know, a shocker was Ardius Man's damn their butter. That was insane. It's so good.
I haven't tried that yet.
You gotta try it. Got it.
I've got Ardius Man and Ferocious next on my list for butter. Before I'm really wanting to put out like a top 5 butter video.
Dude, I'm telling you, Ardius Man surprised the shit out of me with their freaking. Yeah. It was not. I couldn't believe how good. I was like, get the hell out of here. And it's just like, no way. How did they? This is amazing. And it's poured. Like, I'm a big poured butter guy. I love poured butters because I just think you get so much more out of it. But
yeah.
And I don't mean by product wise. I mean by like the like everything just gets into your beard a lot better. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I just think that like the airy stuff is just not. It's not enough. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I've gotten. So I loved Royal Beardsman's butter at first because it was like super. The consistency was really cool.
You mean? Yeah. Huh? No, nothing.
What?
I said Beard Care Club. You mean?
No. It was interesting, and then I got Beard Octanes. I'm like, ooh, I like this. And then I got Kingsman. I was like, ooh, I like this. So, and I got Black Rebel on the way. I got the cash.
Dude, I won that the other night.
Yeah, I think I heard you say that.
I was so McMahon. Well, so here's the way it went: is like I put in the guess right for the FSR scale or whatever Tyson has. I knew what it was because I watched it. I think I actually watched it like the day before. And I was like, ooh, I know the answer. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this because I don't have the money to buy it, but I want to win it. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, I'm like right before Mick. Mick just happened to enter it just before me. And I was like, oh, man, I was really looking forward to getting that cash, you know? And he's like, you know what, Dave, you can have it. And I was like, shut up. Shut up. No. He's like, no, for real, man, you can have it. And I'm like, dude, I've been dying to try his new formula and everything too. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. I didn't try the old formula because by the time I found Black Rebel, they were not producing anything. So
here's a funny story: is Pedro actually even said to me when I won that, when he gave that to me, Pedro goes, "So I heard you thought my old stuff was crap." And I said to him, I go, "Your wash wasn't a wash, man. It was bad. It was horrible." And he goes, "Wow." Right? Like he was like, wow, okay. And I was like, what, do you want me to lie to you? It wasn't a wash. It didn't do anything. It just sat there. Like, it hung out in my beard and just sat there, and then it fell out when I washed it out. Like,
yeah.
What was the point of this? You know, like, but hopefully not. I've heard from other people that he actually has a really good wash now. So I'm excited to try his wash.
It's decent. I got the Chieftain. So I got the Chieftain oil and wash. Just I was like, ooh, emu oil. Let's check this out.
Isn't it weird that we're putting bird fat in our face?
It is. I don't notice it as much in the wash and the oil. It's like really, it's almost like it's not sticky, but it is sticky. It's a weird feeling. Like,
you know what my dirty ass mind is thinking.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I've been trying to run out. I know I got the cash coming, so I'm just trying to run out that Chieftain.
Most said it's good. Most said it's good. So if most says it's good, it's usually good. I had to pull it out. Sorry, man.
Oh, I love it. But yeah, I'm excited for the cash as well. I mean, it's another barbershop scent. So I had my dad smell the barbershop from Beard Octane, and he's like, I want this. I was like, you can have it.
Here you go.
And then like 2 weeks later, he's like, hey, and he's got like a gray goatee. He's 52. He's not old, but he's graying, and all he's got is this goatee. He doesn't have much beard. So it was almost pointless to give him beard oil. He said he's been using it every day.
You know what's funny is people don't understand, like when you have like less hair, like growing this out even, it itches if I don't put anything on.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So like when I put it on, it doesn't itch as bad. So I mean I'm at like an awkward stage right now on the sides. But
Yeah.
as soon as it gets to a certain length, I'm just gonna keep it that length and then just fade it into my goatee. So I don't want to go super long. I'm not I thought I was at first like interested in getting into like a longer beard, you know. But man, it's so much work.
You know, this is the most work I've ever put into my beard, and I've been growing this since March. I started my beard journey. I started buying stuff before I even had a beard. Like all I had was I started fresh, and I got my beard butter when I only had a mustache because every guy or most guys when they start shaving, just little by little, let's see what we can do and have fun with it for a couple weeks. Right. So I had the pedo stash going for about a week. And oh, it was great. It's grand.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm going for the year. This is the longest I've ever kept this up this high. Like I haven't touched this at all. Normally it's down to here by now. But I'm keeping this longer under there. And
yeah, I clean this all up under here. Like this all gets cleaned up. I clean that all up, and then I clean this line up because up in here it gets scraggly for me.
Yeah.
So I just clean my cheeks, and then I let this just do whatever it wants. I just let it grow. Like this whole part right here.
You have a mustache, so like you're already beating beta out.
I'm beating quite a few people with the mustache, man. My mustache can get pretty freaking epic. If I let it grow, I mean it's big, man. It's
nice.
I gotta trim it down. I actually just trim like right in here. And I want it to grow out, but I just can't wait because it goes everywhere. I'm just like, when I eat, it just sucks.
I have to trim mine at least twice a week, just because it bugs the hell out of me. I'll chew on it, and then it's just bad.
Well, I use a lot of wax, a lot of mustache waxes.
Okay.
So I carry a stick around. It's actually I don't know if I have Savvy Jack right here, but Savvy Jack is probably my favorite. No, it is my favorite because I just did a video on it. Their quality of their stuff is awesome. Like
I've never used mustache wax.
So Savvy Jack is like that's what they look like, and it's a veteran-owned company.
Okay.
But, really good wax, man. It works great, and I think Can You Handlebar got a little upset with me because I said theirs was number 2, and the reason why theirs was in my top 5 and it was number 2 on it was because they have a 2-part mustache wax. And he's like, well, you could just use the secondary. I'm like, well, then why did you send me a 2-part mustache wax? Like, I said, send me what you think I should try. And that's what they sent me. I'm like, so I paid for this one. I didn't pay for Can You Handlebar. So if I really wanted to, I could have said that theirs was better, right? But I want something that works really well and convenient, and I don't have to work hard to put it in, which is this. So this is really, it lasts a long time. I maybe have to apply sometimes if it depends on how hard I am doing stuff that day. But sometimes I'll have to reapply later. But most of the time I just don't even do it. Like it's after dinner that I usually, because when you drink something after dinner is when your mustache, you'll get something in it or water or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have been like at work have been like, how do you still have a beard? We're having to wear a mask all day. And I'm like, dude, if I didn't have my beard, the mask would drive me crazy. Just feeling it up against my skin and shit. Like
seriously, like that beard probably saves. I mean, have you seen some of the people with the mask marks?
Oh yeah,
dude, it's like they don't even have a mask mark. They have a freaking like most
bruise,
people get rashes or like the lines on their face. Like some of these nurses, man. Oh my gosh.
My wife, she's a dialysis tech, so yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like my wife has to wear a mask all day because she works for a cremation society. So she does like national cremation and burial, stuff like that.
Okay.
And she always has to wear a mask when people come in because obviously she's had like 10 COVID cases this month alone. In the last 3 months, she's only had 10. So now this month she's had 10 already. So it's like she's always wearing her mask. She's always washing her hands. She's, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They only let so many people come in. They have to social distance, like when they do funeral stuff. It's just crazy. So I see her wearing a mask, but she's always trying to wear a comfortable one, you know. She never wears the cheap one because that would hurt.
Right.
Yeah. But
it's definitely I've seen a lot of pictures of like bearded fellows with the mask marks and just how it's just wreaking havoc on mine for sure. But it's like I don't want to get rid of it. I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if you're doing a year, just your beard's already so big. Yeah,
I ain't messing with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It doesn't. From my experience, it doesn't get much longer than where it's at now. But I've also never had the patience to keep it going. I get bored, and what I like to do is I just like to shave this. I like to just shave my chin and have the mutton chops and mustache. That's my favorite.
I can see that.
That's my favorite. If I do one of those like silhouette logos, that'll probably be it. But if I go generic,
yeah, that's great. Yeah, like I get crazy, dude. Like I'm a barber, so I have like I got this freaking killer block right now.
You're pulling off the Chuck Liddell right now. So
well, in my hairline, like me and Swag, he always gives me crap, and that's the reason why I did this was because of my hairline. And I'm a huge Eddie Hall fan. I don't know if you know who Eddie Hall is.
Yeah.
Eddie Hall, and I like to watch Brian Shaw a lot, and I watch a lot of their stuff and what they do. But I'm a Hall fan, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my hair like Eddie Hall from now on. I don't even care. But
Theodore Bjornsson over here.
You know what?
The mountain.
He is a beast, bro. That dude, he's
he's super lean. He's super tall and lean for how big he is.
So wise words of Ronnie Coleman, like the strong guy of like all time, right?
Oh yeah.
You can't get this big unless you juice, this dude says. Like the man, right? Like the guy. Everybody looked up to this guy. He was the guy. He's like, you can't get that big unless you have really good genetics and you eat juice. There's just no way to do it. But these like, so like, I don't know. I think Thor does.
Yeah.
I think he does. Just because of how lean he is.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
But look at freaking Shaw and look at freaking Eddie.
They're just bulldogs.
They're just huge. Yeah. They're like, dude, he's 394 pounds right now, Eddie Hall, and he's got a 6-pack. Get out of here. Shut up. I'm like, I want to do that, dude. Like I got kind of like I have that workout belly, you know what I mean? And it's not big like it used to be. Like I used to be able to grab that sucker like you would do it.
Yeah. The power lifter belly.
So I've got kind of like that little power lifter like belly thing going on right now, and I'm like, I'm okay with it. That's all right. But I would like to see some of the fat, like, you know, come off the thing so I could have a little package. I've never had a 6-pack before. That's
me either. Even when I was skinny, like I just didn't have muscle. But
I told my wife that too. I'm like, when I met you, I got out of the military. I was doing sit-ups every freaking day, hundreds and hundreds of sit-ups, and I still never had a 6-pack. Ever. And I was 6% fat when I got out of the military.
Goddamn.
Dude, I was freaking lean as shit. I was 215 and I was lean. I was lean as hell. And when I went into the military, I was like 265 pounds, but I was like built. Like I had, I lost all my mass, but still, it was what it was,
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like the way if you have a good genetics, your body will have muscle memory. You'll be able to have some fun with it. And is there a possibility maybe someday that I would maybe try some gear just to try it? Maybe. I'm not going to say no.
Right.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll want to. You only live once.
Right.
That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now is because I want to try it. So it's like I don't know if I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan. I'm sure you do too.
Oh, yeah.
But he says if you do testosterone the right way and you cycle it right, there's nothing really to be scared of. It's just if you're doing it stupid and you're taking it incorrectly and you're not doing cycles and you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, that's how people die.
Yeah.
They don't try to be safe about it. But I would definitely be safe about it because I really don't want to die. I mean, we all do. But I just don't want to because of stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
that's why I quit smoking cigarettes and I quit drinking. I don't want to self-mutilate myself anymore. You get to a certain age where you're like, all right. Amusement park is over, body. Now it's time to kick your ass in the gym. But yeah, I don't know.
I know. I'm trying to kick beer right now. Here I am drinking natural light Natter Day.
Oh, that's what you. I was like, what are those colorful things he's got over there?
Strawberry lemonade, beer.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I'm just trying to get rid of it,
honestly.
honestly.
Is it like a margarita in a can? Is that what it tastes like?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's delicious, and it's light. It's not. There's nothing to it. It's just easy to drink like 18 of these in a day if you're really going for it. But
dude, I drink like water like that. I drink water so stupid. I drink so much water. I drink a gallon of water, and then I'll have like my live streams, right? And I'll drink like 2 of these, and then I'll drink like a big ass cup of coffee, and then I'll drink soda in this because I gotta have this on there because it's got my logo on it, right?
Yeah.
And then I gotta have another full cup of coffee right here that says what you're supposed to do with your sensitivity.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then I don't get up for hours, and people are like, "How do you not go piss?" And I'm like, "I hold it." You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
How do you not go? You don't pee your pants. You're not.
You got a coloscopy bag.
Yeah,
you got a catheter installed. You know, you're just chilling. Yeah. Just let it go.
It's just that long. I just lay that bad boy in the toilet. When I go, I go. It's tough being this big.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I am 6'4", you know. I'm 6'4" and about 200 and I think last time I checked I was like 277, but I've been going to the gym, so I might be around 300 pounds again.
Nice.
So we'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to like bulk up, get big, and then I'm gonna cut like a son of a gun. So
I don't have goals. I just do it because I enjoy doing it. I mean, I do want bigger shoulders. I want broader. I want those boulders. I want a big chest, but that's about it. You know?
The biggest thing that I can say to get your shoulders and your traps to get bigger is I just do a lot of like any weight that I pick up. Like if I'm doing like back, I'll try to sit on the squat rack and I'll pull weights up like this so that I'm working my traps, my back, and everything at the same time. So I try to always, when I use other muscle groups, I always try to include a different one with it that's a secondary, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something that's just going to hit it super freaking hard though, where when you're done, you feel it like,
I've recently discovered the deltoid fly, which is awesome. Like just grabbing a cable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They have like machines that are like, you can like change, like they're like this, you know, you can change like where they are. It's pretty sweet. I think it's sick. I like that. It's neat and they're convenient and they're like, nobody really uses those. So like, I'm like, these guys have no idea what they're not using. You know what I mean? Like, this is an amazing workout. You have no idea what you're doing.
My gym used to have a ton of machines and then they just took them all out. Now it's cable machines and free weight, which I stopped using machines anyways, but I prefer the free weights.
See, I eventually, when I get like to where I want to be, I'll be using free weights for my like presses and stuff like that, for warm-ups and all that kind of stuff. But I've been using those machines with full weights for warm-up just as control factor. Like it really helps. Even the curl machine, I'll put like, it's amazing. You just use one arm at a time.
Yeah.
You can do like 100 pounds, 150 pounds, whatever you're doing, you know, and just warm up before you go over to the curl bar. But yeah, for me, it's more of just a control factor because I'm the only one there sometimes. Some of these guys don't show up till later, and then I yell at them. I send them messages. Where in the hell are you?
Yeah,
I just need you today, and you're not here. What the hell is wrong with you?
I just want to get back to a point where I can do a push-up again. Like, because my shoulder's been so messed up. Like, again, that press motion, it tears it up.
Do me a favor. I bet you could do an airborne push-up. You know what an airborne push-up is?
No.
So you got to use your whole body, though. Like an airborne push-up is just where you push the front of your body up, but you put your hands like this on top, you know where your shoulders are?
Okay.
Out here like this. Go like this, and then just push straight up all the way.
Okay.
Because then it's less rotation for your shoulder.
Okay.
You're still doing your chest.
It's really crazy. Like I can do all kinds of shoulder exercises. I can do the press. I can do shoulder press. I can do shoulder flies. Like lateral raises. It's just
that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Or under.
You can't do under.
I can do curls. I can do any kind. But no, just the underhand. Like
underhand fly. Yeah.
Tears it up. But today was my last day of physical therapy, so hopefully I just take it easy for a little longer and get back to it.
Start with small weights.
Yep.
Low weights. Do like high reps. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Once you get done with that and you're like, I'm ready, go to town, see what happens.
I want to. I really want to because
don't re-hurt yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's what happened. That's what they said happened was because I would hurt it. I'm really good about when I feel it hurt, I stop and I'm done for the day. Like no more. And then I'd wait a couple weeks and get back to it, thinking, oh, it's healed. It doesn't hurt anymore. They said no. Even if it's not hurting anymore, it's not healed. So I'm like, that makes sense. So I know I've been on that for a couple of years now. So, and that's why like finally it started hurting, and it didn't stop hurting, and I was like, oh shit. And that was back in January. When that happened. I was like, oh shit. And now it's affecting my job. Now it's affecting like just I can't in the shower dry this arm off with a towel.
Dude, I can't do that anyways when I'm working out. I can't. Like I get home and I'm like trying to like even like sometimes when I go to wipe my ass after I'm done freaking, you know what I mean? Like,
it's the worst.
Like,
taking off your shirt. It's the worst.
Like Jesus, yeah. And then I take my shirt off to get the sweaty, nasty thing off after I've been done. My wife's like, "Yeah, all right." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll be all right." My shake and shit. I'll be all right. But yeah, she laughs at me. She's like, "Why are you doing it if it hurts that bad?" I'm like, "It only hurts for a little while. Like, it goes away."
No pain, no gain. Haven't you ever heard that? No pain, no gain.
It's like a good hurt, though. I tell her.
It sucks.
I'm like, so bad. It's like when it hurts you when we were doing other extracurricular activities. It hurts so good.
Nice.
Yes, exactly.
Oh shit. All right, man. We've been going damn near 2 hours. I think we've reached a good stopping point.
Yeah, that was a good conversation, man. I appreciate
Hell yeah, man. I really appreciate you coming on here. Really appreciate the talk, you know.
Absolutely.
We'll stay in touch. We'll hopefully I can be on a stream with you at some point.
Yeah.
Again. It's been rough getting on the streams because everybody seems to do them like around like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock on my work nights. So
yeah, I hear that.
It's rough.
Yeah, like Monday nights at 9's Dan, and like Wednesday nights beard therapy, and then that guy does that Saturday night hype at like 9 p.m.
Yeah,
that
guy. I could probably do that one. I could probably do Saturday night hype. I mean, it's Saturday, so I don't.
Next week we're doing a release on my channel.
Yeah?
I think it's going to be either Thursday or Friday next week, but we're releasing the roaster. I have the first tester here. It's stuff, dude. I'm telling you something right now. My favorite scribe, the scribe from Fable, was my favorite. I have Scribe Sunday. I do it every Sunday, right?
Okay.
This stuff is my new favorite. So it's CBD.
Okay.
And it smells like coffee.
Nice.
And it's not like your average coffee either. It's not like, oh, I just put a black coffee infused freaking oil in here. No, it smells freaking awesome.
Sweet.
God, it's so good, dude. It's so good.
That's another company I need to check out is Fable.
Dude, you need to.
I need to.
Yeah, you really do. And if you need to get like some kind of discount or something, or you can't, you know what I mean? I'll help you out. I'll figure something out. But we'll get you hooked up with something because it's good stuff, bro. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to see what that CBD does for the beard. Like,
dude, the softest my beard has ever felt.
Softer than emu oil. Is it as sticky?
I'll find out next week. It's definitely not as sticky.
That's good. That's my only complaint about that.
I get a sticky feeling. Well, I mean, it's bird fat.
Yeah, and it makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Like, why does it make a gooey look? Why does it look like a freaking grilled cheese sandwich when I put it apart?
Oh God, stop it.
Dave,
All right, Dave. Thank you again for being here. And if you guys haven't already, please go over to Dave's YouTube, his Instagram, all of that. It's Bearded Motivation. And you got a Facebook page, Dave the Barber, right?
Yeah, Dave the Barber. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a D's the Barber, I think, on Instagram. That's where I just put
Okay.
only haircuts, but
Okay.
Bearded Motivation has haircuts, has my whole life. Everything's on that one. So yeah.
All right, guys. Bearded Motivation. Thank you everybody for listening. And if there's anybody still in YouTube, thank you for watching. Like it means a lot to me. I mean, hell, Dave, you posted some hype stuff for this, and I instantly got like followed by like a ton of people on Instagram. Like I had Faithfully Bearded, I had Beard Swag, I had all those guys.
Cool.
Like I'm like, I think my foot's in the door.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that. And again, everybody, thank you for listening. And if that is all, please make every day a big dick day. Bye, guys. And we're still live, but done recording. So again, if anybody's still watching, thank you for watching. Thank you, Dave. And
thanks for having me.
Of course. This was a great conversation. Good time.
Yeah.
So by live stream.